name's Jacob Score. Why aren't you a puny excuse for an audience? You know, there was once a time where insults like that could have led to a challenge to the death. Like, if you had a problem with me, you could challenge me. These duels are commonplace in movies today. Westerns, where you have the gunslingers facing it off across a dusty road, tumbleweed bouncing across. In Star Wars, where you have the face-off between Luke Skywalker and his father, Darth Vader. And in Princess Bride, where you have Inigo Montoya proclaiming, "You killed my father, prepare to die." These fights to the death were quite common up and through the 19th century, all across the world. In the late 1600s, you had the samurai battles in Japan. In France, in the 1800s, you'd have a critic slapping another guy in a cafe over a comment he made. And that led to a duel. And in America, you had former President Andrew Jackson defending his wife's honor against Charles Dickinson. Duels were fought for any reason, at any time. For honor, for love, over creative property. In politics, guys were often knocked out in Congress in the early days. And even in public speaking. Me giving this speech to you right now, if you had a problem with what I'm saying, you could challenge me to a duel. And if I had a problem with you, anything you did, I could challenge you. It's as simple as that. In fact, you there, you booed me. I challenge you to a duel.
Shoot it now! He wins!
I'd love to. I would just speak the rest of the speech.
He wins.
I did. I already had the gun cocked.
So, starting with the wealthy aristocrats in Europe and across Asia, duels were very common. But as things progressed to the New World, and like most things American, duels began to regress not just with the wealthy, but among the poor farmers. And not just men fought in duels either. In the 16th century, the duel of women was fought in Italy over an eligible bachelor. And in 1792, a cup of tea turned almost deadly when a woman made a casual comment about a lady's age. This led to a fight in which a hat was shot off, a shoulder was stabbed, and eventually a written apology was made. So everything turned out fine there. Duelers are not the only participants in a duel. Close friends are appointed to be seconds, people who are referees for the event, who lay out the rules. We didn't have seconds in our duel, but that's because, well, I cheated. So, the purpose of these seconds was to eventually find a peaceful end, if at all possible. And this is shown in the case of Abraham Lincoln, when, as a young lawyer, he published letters in a newspaper that infuriated another lawyer. Through the seconds, they were able to come to a peaceful resolve, and Abraham Lincoln apologized, which is another way out of a duel. At any time, you can apologize. If the other feels their honor is avenged, the matter is let go, and it's never comes to a fight to the death. And in public opinion, dueling was accepted and quite common. However, as America evolved, the founding fathers condemned dueling. George Washington, instead of challenging another man to a duel, invited him to a drink in a bar. And Benjamin Franklin wrote a letter condemning dueling, asking why there was no other recourse than to fight to the death. And public outrage ensued when then Secretary of the Treasury, Alexander Hamilton, was shot dead by political rival Aaron Burr. It took 100 years after the letter Ben Franklin wrote, and it took the Civil War to realize the cost of bloodshed. Laws changed as early as 1810 in Virginia, when dueling was made a capital crime, and the value of human life became more valued, allowing matters to be resolved peacefully. Today, we settle our differences in court. We have peaceful negotiations, and the once common feudal traditions are now just memories and live on in our movies and the occasional drunken bar brawl. Thank you.